If you've watched enough of my videos, you know that tri-tip is my favorite cut of beef to cook. And today I'm going to show you an easy way to prepare tender, delicious tri-tip without having to grill it, smoke it, or barbecue it. That's right, no smoker, no grill, no barbecue for this tri-tip. This is a super easy way to prepare a tri-tip when you don't have a lot of time to go outside or maybe the weather's not cooperating. That's why we're going to be using the slow cooker to make this tri-tip. Now what I have here is about a 3-pound tri-tip that's been trimmed up. We still have some nice fat in there. And we're going to go ahead and hit this with a very simple rub. You can use any sort of rub you want on this. I'm going with a straight, simple SPG. Salt, pepper, and granulated garlic. First thing I'm going to hit it with is some salt, but this is not just any salt. This is hickory smoked salt that I made. This will give us a little bit of that smoked feeling when we have this tri-tip. It'll infuse some of that hickory smoke flavor. This is a very coarse salt, as you can see. Need a good amount on here. Then we're going to hit it with some coarse black pepper. Make sure to get the ends and any of the edges that are sort of hanging out there. Now some granulated garlic or garlic powder, whatever you want to call it. Good little coating. Let's turn it over, get the other side. And that coarse hickory smoked salt. And if you don't want any of that smoky flavor, you don't have to use that, just use regular salt. Coarse black pepper. Some more granulated garlic here. And that's it. That's how simple the seasoning on this can be, or as complicated as you want to make it. SPG is enough for me on this, so let's get it in the slow cooker with the other ingredients. First ingredient we're adding to our slow cooker is 1 chopped onion, just roughly chopped. Just make sure that's spread around on the bottom. Then we've got 7 medium carrots that have been peeled and cut into about 1 to 1.5 inch pieces. We've got 4 medium russet potatoes which have been peeled and quartered. Want to arrange these in here. To this we're going to add 3/4 cup of beef stock, beef broth, anything you want. I would go with unsalted or low sodium because you have a lot of rub on this tri-tip. Finally, tri-tip joins the party. We're just going to get this in here. And it's just going to ride on top of everybody else here. We're going to get our lid on and get this cooking. All right, today we're going to be doing this for 6 hours. We're going to be doing it on the low. And at 6 hours, we'll check it. If it needs more, might need up to 7 hours. Usually somewhere between 6 and 7 is sufficient. So I'll bring you back when it's time to check this tri-tip. All right, we are 6 hours in. It just beeped, told us it switched over to warm. So let's check it and see if we need to add any time to this. Now the meat is definitely going to be done after 6 hours. This is not a medium rare tri-tip. This will be well done, more like a pot roast. What I want to check and just see how tender the potatoes are. And those seem tender. Probe's moving in and out nicely. All right, we are ready to plate this. All right, before we plate up this tri-tip of the potatoes and the carrots, I want to cut into it and see what we've got inside. Now we know it's going to be well done, but I want to see before we plate it. Now our grain is running this way, so I'm going to do a little bit of an angle cut, not a full across the grain. There you go, and it is very moist and juicy inside. You can see that there. A lot of juice, even though it's well done, extremely juicy. This is like a sliced pot roast. See that there. Obviously more well done than I like my tri-tip when I'm smoking and grilling it, but this is an easy way to prepare this without having to go outside and smoke and grill something. All right, I'm going to get this plated up so we can have a taste of this. Here is our finished tri-tip from the slow cooker with the potatoes, the carrots, the onions underneath it. And what I want to do now is add a little bit of the juice from this, sort of the au jus. Just want to drizzle a little bit on the top here. Get a little more moisture on this. It's very juicy. There's no problem with it being dry inside, but there's nothing wrong with adding some of this great tasting juice on top. I also just want to sprinkle some scallions around the outside just so it looks nice. And scallions taste nice on this. There we go. It's time to taste. All right, first I'm going for just a straight piece of the tri-tip. Now remember, this is like a sliced pot roast. Well done. A lot of juice in it, as you saw when we cut into it. So let's see what it tastes like. Oh, SPG, salt, pepper, granulated garlic. That is really good on the outside of this. Simple rub goes so well with beef, and when you have it in the slow cooker for that long, all those flavors just are pulled into the meat with all that juice in there. Oh, that's really good. Now, you can add more seasoning to this, and that's one of the things that I like about doing it this way when you're doing it in the slow cooker. If you don't add too much seasoning at the beginning, you can adjust at the end. Everyone can season it to their liking. Some people could put hot sauce on theirs, whatever you want to do. Getting it to this level with minimal seasoning gives you options at the end. Now, I'm going to try a carrot now because I love carrots that are done in slow cookers and stews and things like this. I'm the only one in my family who likes carrots done like this. Everybody else likes carrots that are raw. I love a good cooked carrot. Now for some potato. Here we go. Tender, flavorful. You could put more salt, more pepper, more anything you want on it. Now I'm going to go for some of the tri-tip and the potato. So this is tri-tip with no smoking, no grilling, no barbecue. In the slow cooker, 6 hours on low. You end up with a great sliced tri-tip meal with potatoes and all the fixings.